Welcome back to Jetski's Garage. I would like to introduce to you Stella.
So here we are with Stella the Landau. It's a customer of mine. He's got a few trucks and trailers I look after, but he also loves the Falcons as well. Originally, he did actually get hold of me because he sold his Fairlane to my mate Jared, and that thing was pretty good, had a big block in it, 9-inch and blah, blah, blah. And he was interested in putting a Godzilla in this. And after I spoke to him a bit, there's stuff available for the Godzillas, obviously, but as we know, there's issues putting them into a Falcon of this age. Now, in that, he went hunting and he found himself a 408 stroker. Now, this has been run for, apparently he'd only done about 1,000 Ks, but we chatted about transmissions. He's an auto guy. I don't hold it against you too much, Cocky, but it's all right. But he's gone out and just bought good gear. No stuffing around. Fantastic. So we've got a TCI torque converter, TCI C4, and JW bell housing to bolt it all together. Flex plate is already on the engine. Engine is a 408 stroker. We've got CHI 2V heads, roller cam, TCI manifold, ice ignition. All looks pretty good. I think made about 600 horsepower, something like that. So everything else that Cocky's bought has been to suit that 600 horsepower combo as well. Now, car has been painted. It's fresh. Sucks that I don't have like a beautifully sealed workshop where, no dust enters or anything like that. So it is pretty much fresh from the painters. We still have a bit of sand, dust and that in on the interior, but I love this car because Cocky's building it for him. They're not building it for resale. It doesn't come with a guidebook of must restore it this way. He's just doing his dream car, and that's what I bloody love about it. So he's doing whatever he wants. It's fantastic. So we will be doing a couple of different tasteful, in my opinion, changes, upgrades, but we'll give this thing a detail at some point anyway, because the dust is doing my OCD in. And the painters have put a couple of things on the back. But the paint job is beautiful, especially when you're used to that pig over there. This thing is fantastic. But yeah, he's even got the stainless painted in a nice metallic gunmetal grey. And I love it. I love the touch. Same with the gutter chrome, all stainless. And the front windscreen as well. It's a nice metallic gunmetal grey, and I think this thing is going to be an absolute fun street machine to cruise around in, and that's exactly what he's looking for. So, first things first is I'm going to rip this engine apart. Why? There's some things that tell me that's a little bit suspicious. All right, so let's go into that. At first glance, you're like, yep, it's cool. It's got all the good gear. But the thing that stands out like dog's balls is all this silicon. Which, once you start looking around, you're like, oh, it's a bit yuck, really, for like a fresh build that's only done 1,000 Ks. Like, why does it look like that? Paint scratch, front timing cover, like paint's flaking off. All good, but yeah, I wouldn't expect that. You know what I mean? So no primer's been used. So once I started looking around, like that just looks like Bunnings bolts. Old Zildon or whatever you call them. So I started questioning the quality of the build to an extent. Like, you got TFC manifold, you got CHI heads, you got a good sump there. Ice ignition, like there's some good big quality parts, but then like pretty much Bunnings bolts for the intake manifold, stock bolts for the cylinder heads, in my opinion, you're going this far, might as well get some nice ARP stuff. But with the silicone and all that too, I was like, all right. So what I did is, just to make me and Cocky feel a bit better, I grabbed the oil filter and I cut it open. It wasn't detrimental, but it wasn't great either. So I'll put this little bit of a video up for you and you can have a look at what the oil filter looked like, apparently only after 1,000 Ks drive. So it's pretty dirty. You know, you got paint flecks in there. Not a heap of metal. It's probably about standard metal for running in. But at the same time, they've done a good amount of Ks by the looks of it on the first original oil filter and oil. So once they've run it in, have they even dropped the oil and oil filter? Just have a look. That's generally what I do. You run it, especially if you're doing a flat tappet or something like that. Do your run in, run half an hour or whatever. Take your oil filter off, cut it open, and just have a look. Make sure you don't have any failures, because some things do happen, some things do settle in and get jammed, whatever. But that's the first thing you want to do, rather than just, I should be right, go for it. So I want to pull things down a little bit on this and just check some things out, just to be sure that it's not just prettied up a little bit with some parts thrown at it and nothing's been measured or checked or whatever. Another thing I noticed at the back here is we've got blue silicone and we've got good old Red Max RTV as well. So it's definitely not paint, it is soft. That's paint there. And again, that's the other thing that sort of makes me a little bit suspicious is, if you're building a 408 stroker, you generally throw the whole engine block in the acid bath and just get it clean. But we've still got original blue paint on there too. I'm not saying you have to do that, but it's just best practice. You know what I mean? So just a few things that best practice wise, I wouldn't do. So we're going to look into it just to make sure that Cocky has a nice, reliable engine that he can happily drive around and just know that it's okay. So I've got to drop the sump, clean up all that silicone because it's disgusting. Hate it. As you know, previous videos, I've pulled stuff apart. What was it? The top loader, I think I pulled apart, and there was silicone all in that from someone who tried resealing it, and it's just shit. But anyway, that's enough yapping. Let's rip this thing apart.
Zippity doo da, zippity day. My oh my, what a wonderful day. No silicone's gone in there, which is good, but look how much of it there is. But anyway, I think we'll flip them over now and open up the sump and have a look. Yeah, buddy. Shit everywhere. Let's just go back to that. Right, we've got some good bits in here. Definitely a scat crank, nice girdle, beautiful rods. This is where the good gear's at. ARP bolts, everything looks nice inside. That's why I don't get why people do little silly things on the outside, but it's killer on the inside. I know it doesn't change the operating of the engine too much, but anyway, that's just me. Might be alright. We'll do a new sump gasket and put this thing back together. So the plan for this car, obviously engine, gearbox, get those things happening. But a couple of the other little touches that Cocky wanted to do wants to hide the wiring in the engine bay, so I'm going to do my best to relocate that, probably up in the front quarter guard. It kind of makes me nervous when everything's freshly painted. So yeah, if I got to take the guard off, I'll have to get someone to give me a hand. I'm going to need someone to give me a hand and take the bonnet off anyway, so we can put engine in and out. But yeah, just make it just a nice, clean, less is more type of thing, right? So battery has been relocated. Well, hasn't been relocated yet. That's one of my jobs. The battery tray has been removed from the engine bay. So that's one thing I've got to do. That'll go on the passenger side in the boot, and maybe I'll add in a couple other little things there too. So I've got to sort out a fuel system as well for it. The standard fuel line isn't going to be big enough. And also the pickups at the front of the tank. So have to do something similar to what I've done with mine, where I did like you can buy an Aeroflow weld-on sump basically, which you can put at the bottom at the rear of the tank, so you get the pickup, especially when you're flooring it, don't want fuel surge. I have recommended to Cocky not to worry about electric fuel pump, so I'll see if maybe I can get a Rob Mac or Rob MC, whatever they call them, mechanical fuel pump to suit this as well. So a few things to do. Got to get some new mounts as well, probably go to Tough Mounts for those, get engine and trans. So a few things for me to acquire over the time of getting this done. Aiming to have it done before Christmas. So I've got 2 months. Yeah, not a lot of time, but see how we go. We'll chip away at it anyway. Hopefully I'll be able to find enough time to get it done, as well as trying to work on mine. Mine will probably go on the back burner anyway, let's be honest. And then yeah, hopefully have this thing running for him so we can cruise around Christmas, New Year's time and enjoy it. Now, we've had a half decent look in the engine. Pretty happy with it. It was just mainly cosmetic stuff, really. But all the good gear is inside, so we'll give that a tidy up, clean the surfaces, do some new gaskets, give it a paint as well. I'd hate to have this nice thing and this going in the way it was looking. So give it a nice fresh coat of paint. And then yeah, that'll be ready to go. Let's open up some goodies. Torque converter first. You just be rough with it. Yeah. Let's have a look at this goodness. Oh, they really pack it well. Maybe I'm just retarded with one hand. That's a cute little thing, isn't it? Nice. Now, next thing. Our bell housing. Ooh, gotta love freshly machined parts. I'll tell you what, there's no better surface. Like, they just look great. Oh, look at that. That thing's nice. And comes with all the hardware as well. So, stoked about that. Last thing is the Witchcraft box. Oh man, I gotta throw all this crap out. Would ya look at... Whoop. that. Oh, this is nice. Just love brand new parts. I feel bad that Cocky didn't get to pull this apart. Anyway, I'm struggling to do this one-handed, so I'm going to put the camera down and we're going to have a better look at it. Look at that. Beautiful. So obviously this thing is going to be pretty damn good. I don't know the specs on it exactly. Might find it in here. But we will have to do some other things on this car, like an oil cooler for the trans, so that'll be good as well. It's been a while since I've done one of those, but I do enjoy doing different stuff. The only thing I probably can sort of pick is this rear seal here, as they've put that plug in. The seal's still tucked down, so anyway, other than that, it all looks pretty good. They're the same blue plugs I use. Anyway, same thing, got hardware here. Beautiful to bolt a tough mount trans mount on.
Now you've seen her in all her glory. It's going to be good and fun, I think. I'm really going to enjoy doing this one. So, next time, I'll have more parts and we can put this thing together. My biggest thing was I just really wanted to pull that engine down, have a good look at it, and we'll give that a tidy up. So, buy some parts. Need to buy a battery bracket, some electrical stuff, cables, mounts. What else? Yeah, and mounts, cable mounts, a few things. So, start buying them. And some people that are wondering, don't fret about this. Parts have been ordered for this as well. Things have been happening. Yeah, some people have noticed some things in the background, some people haven't. But anyway, that's enough. Thanks very much again for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one, and we'll see you next time with a bit of progress on Stella.